Hi guys, welcome to my coffee show. My name is Jack and today we talk about how to store coffee and how to freeze coffee. So if you are like myself, you go to the shop or you order online and you order a big bag of coffee, 1 kg, maybe even bigger. Usually they are cheaper, that's why we do it. What do you do with that coffee? So you open the bag. I drink maybe half a kg of coffee a week, but not everybody is like myself. For some people, 1 kg of coffee would last you a month or so. How do you store it? How long can you keep it open? Well, I will try to answer all those questions today. How long the coffee stays fresh? Well, if you keep it sealed in a bag, some people say 2 weeks, some people say 2 months. I'm kind of in between. I would say maybe after 6 weeks you may notice the taste deteriorate. Darker roast gets off faster because the oils are outside. The lighter roast probably would take a bit longer. So what do you do it? Well, there are a few options. You can keep it in like a cookie jar you cover the lid. Still better than having it in an open bag. But maybe there are some better solutions. What I do, I have two, or actually I have three ways of storing the coffee. First of all, I use the Airscape, and that's the biggest size Airscape, and have a look how big it is. But they do have different sizes, they have smaller sizes. So what you do here, you put the coffee into the container, you open the handle, you see there is a hole here, you put it in here, you slide it down, lock it, put the top on. When you want to use it, you open the handle and you can slowly slide it up. You can store it for a relatively long period of time, especially if you don't open it over and over again. It's not vacuum tight, but it removes lots of the air. It's better than the regular jar. This one is pricey, but I think it's a good investment, especially when I buy those big bags of coffee. I dump them here. Then I put some of the coffee into smaller containers. That's the coffee that I use either for my videos or for my daily coffees. And here I've got the Atmos, Hello Atmos. Well, they look like regular jars, but if you look at the price, they are expensive. There are two models. My one is made out of glass. There is the other one made out of aluminium. If you get the glass jar, don't keep it outside. The light can increase the deterioration of the coffee. What you do here, just listen. So that means this actually holds the vacuum. You use this lid to remove the air from the container. I either rotate the top, or what I like to do, I keep the top steady and I rotate the bottom. And you know that your jar is ready because that dot here goes down. So that means you have a vacuum inside. Now you may ask me how long it stays like that. That depends on a few factors. I have 3 jars. One, I think it's slightly faulty. So one jar stays airtight for about a day and a half. The remaining 2 jars, probably for up to a week. But what I do every morning, I just check if it's tight. If not, I just do those few movements again. What I also notice, if you put a very fresh coffee here, obviously the coffee will be degassing and it can show on top that you lost the vacuum. There is something very satisfying each time I open it, so I will show you one more time. Some people say that those containers can negatively affect the flavors of coffee because you remove the air and the coffee is not degassing in the natural way as it should. To be honest, I haven't noticed that. Obviously the coffee changes the taste, so what you taste today might taste different tomorrow and so on and so on. Those 2 jars, they can prolong the freshness of coffee and that's a great thing, but they won't stop the aging process. Eventually the coffee will get off and that's normal. What if you buy lots of coffee, or if you buy a seasonal coffee and you want to keep it for longer? Well, then you can freeze coffee. And when you freeze the coffee, it can stay fresh pretty much forever, as long as you do it in the right way. Some people would just throw the bag into the freezer and probably you would get away with it. But what you really want to do, if you want to protect the flavors, you want to remove the air. So you want to vacuum pack it. There are plenty of options on Amazon. I went for this one. Why? Because it was the cheapest. Now I will quickly show you how I use it. I buy like a big pack of bags because it's cheaper. You get like a big roll of bags. Then you have to cut it. I would recommend to always cut it bigger than you think. It's tricky to seal it properly if the bag is too small. So I have to seal one end first. I put it in here like so. I close it. This one just seals without removing the air. Sometimes during that process the vacuum actually creates inside the machine. So if it's difficult to open, you have to use this bit here to put the air inside, and then you can easily open it. And now, as you can see, the bag is sealed from one side. Then all you need to do is put the coffee inside here. So we repeat the process, but this time we also want to remove the air. So I press, and you see, slowly, and now it will seal it. I've got a tightly packed bins. You can put the name, the date when you put it into the freezer here. What I also do sometimes, if I get a small bag of coffee that I want to keep for later, I just vacuum pack the entire bag. Apparently it will pretty much never get old as long as it's stored in the right conditions. One thing that I've noticed though, and remember, don't refreeze the coffee. What I've noticed that the coffee that I take from the freezer, it loses the quality faster than the coffee that I would just keep in the container without freezing it before. Maybe it's my imagination. Now guys, if you are still here, click like, consider subscribing to the channel. Plenty more things coming. We're going to have a very exciting year this year. Lots of new stuff, lots of experiments, lots of new things. Let us know how you store your coffee, which container you think is the best, which container you would recommend. I know there are plenty more to choose from. I just showed you what I use on a daily basis. I've been talking a lot, guys, today. My pour over is almost cold, so thank you very much for watching. My name is Jack. This is My Coffee Show, and hopefully I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye.